There is a specific kind of exhaustion that only a Scorpio understands. And if you clicked on this video today, it is because you are feeling it right now in your bones. It is not just physical tiredness. It is a deep, soul-level fatigue that comes from holding up the sky for everyone else, while your own world feels like it is going through a massive, silent earthquake. You have been feeling like the universe is specifically targeting you, pushing you into corners, testing your patience, and seeing exactly how much pressure you can take before you finally break. But I need you to listen to me very closely right now, because what you are experiencing is not a punishment, even though it feels like one. This is the preparation for the greatest rise of your life. Hello, my beautiful souls. I am Madam Tina, your friend, your guide, and a fellow traveler in these cosmic mysteries. I have spent over 20 years studying the stars, reading charts, and sitting across from people just like you who are trying to make sense of the heavy energy they carry. I have seen this pattern in Scorpios time and time again, and I know that right now you might feel isolated, misunderstood, or perhaps like you are swimming against a current that is trying to drown you. But trust me when I say that I am not just reading a book here. I am reading the energy of the moment, and I am here to tell you that you are on the verge of a breakthrough that will redefine who you are. In this video, we are going to walk through exactly why the universe is testing your limits right now, and reveal the specific types of soul connections and internal truths that are waiting for you on the other side of this fire. You need to watch this until the very end, because we are going to unlock the secret to turning this pain into the power that you were born to wield. Let us start by addressing the elephant in the room regarding your sign. People often misunderstand you, Scorpio. They see the calm surface of the water, but they have no idea about the tsunami happening underneath. From the time you were a child, you were likely told that you were too intense, too emotional, or too secretive. Society, and even your own family, tried to program you to be easier or lighter, to smile when you did not feel like smiling, and to trust people who had not earned it. But you have a built-in radar for truth that no other sign possesses. You see the lie before the person even speaks it. This creates a conflict because for years, you have tried to dull your shine and numb your intuition just to fit into a world that is terrified of the dark. The first thing we need to do is deprogram that belief that you need to be open to everyone. You were never meant to be accessible to the masses. You are a vault, a sacred space, and the universe is testing you right now to see if you are finally ready to put a velvet rope in front of the entrance to your soul. This testing phase you are in is forcing you to look at your relationships and your boundaries with a magnifying glass. You might notice that people you used to tolerate are suddenly unbearable. Conversations that used to seem fine now feel draining and fake. This is not you becoming bitter. This is you becoming aligned. Just like a diamond is formed under immense pressure, your true strength is emerging because you are finally realizing that you cannot carry everyone else's baggage. The universe is stripping away the people and situations that are merely taking up space so that you can find the specific vibrational matches that actually feed your spirit. We need to talk about the first type of energy that truly resonates with you, and this is where the healing begins. You have spent so much time protecting others from your darkness, thinking that if you showed your true self, you would be too much for them. But the truth is, the only people worthy of a Scorpio are those who are not afraid of the shadows. We are talking about the kind of people who show you their scars before they show you their trophies. You have an innate ability to heal others, but you often attract broken birds who want you to fix them. The shift happening now is that the universe is sending you people who are already doing their own work. These are people who can sit in the uncomfortable silence with you without trying to fill it with meaningless chatter. They are the ones who admit they are messy, contradictory, and imperfect. When you meet someone who owns their flaws with absolute courage, it gives you permission to finally exhale. You do not have to be the strong one, the mysterious one, or the one in control. You can just be human. This brings us to a crucial realization about your specific needs. As a Scorpio, born between late October and late November, you are ruled by Pluto and Mars. This means you have a drive for transformation and a warrior spirit, but you also need deep, restorative rest. The second type of connection you are being guided toward is with those who respect your need for the cave. You know exactly what I mean by the cave. It is that period where you need to disappear from the world, turn off your phone, and just be alone with your thoughts to recharge your psychic batteries. In the past, you might have felt guilty for this. You might have had partners or friends who took your silence personally, accusing you of being distant or cold. This guilt has drained you for years. But the test you are facing now is forcing you to claim that space without apology. The people who are meant to be in your life will not bang on the door demanding entry. They will leave a plate of food outside and wait until you are ready to come out. They understand that your withdrawal is not an act of rejection, but an act of survival. You are shedding a skin, and that is a private process. The universe is pushing you to stop explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Your energy is too expensive to be spent on bargaining for basic respect. When you are in this phase of testing, you will find that your tolerance for superficial interactions hits zero. You crave depth the way a drowning man craves air. This leads us to the next layer of your evolution, which involves how you process information and emotion. You are a water sign, fixed water to be exact, which means your emotions run deep and they stay there. You remember feelings from 10 years ago as if they happened this morning. The test right now is about release. Are you holding on to old grudges or old hurts because they define you? Or are you ready to let the water flow? The strength emerging in you is the ability to forgive, not because the other person deserves it, but because you deserve peace. You are realizing that your mental real estate is valuable, and you are evicting the tenants who do not pay rent. Continuing deeper into this journey, we have to talk about the concept of loyalty, because for you, Scorpio, loyalty is not just a word, it is the currency of your soul. You have likely been burned in the past because you gave VIP access to people who treated your heart like a temporary stopover. The universe is currently testing your limits by bringing up old wounds of betrayal or abandonment, not to hurt you, but to show you that you have survived it all. You are still standing. The type of connection that is emerging for you now, the one that you truly deserve, is the person who understands the weight of a promise. We are talking about ride or die energy. This is rare, and because it is rare, you have often settled for less, thinking you were asking for too much. You were never asking for too much. You were just asking the wrong people. There is a specific dynamic that happens when a Scorpio finally meets their match in loyalty. It transforms you. When you find someone, whether it is a friend, a partner, or a family member, who defends your name in a room full of people when you are not there, something inside you unlocks. The armor you wear, which is heavy and exhausting, starts to fall off piece by piece. The universe is trying to bring these people to you, but first, you have to clear out the ones who are only loyal when it is convenient for them. You have to stop being the ride or die for people who view you as an option. This is a painful part of the test because it often means walking away from long-term connections that have expired. It means looking at someone you love and realizing that while you love them, you cannot trust them with your spirit anymore. And that is okay. It is not a failure, it is a graduation. Let's discuss the aspect of your nature that involves psychological depth. You are the detective of the zodiac. You want to know the why behind everything. Why do we exist? Why do people lie? What happens after we die? You are comfortable in the taboo, the mysterious, and the occult. For a long time, you might have suppressed this side of yourself to avoid freaking people out. You kept your conversations light and talked about the weather when you really wanted to talk about the nature of the soul. The next type of person or situation the universe is aligning you with is the one that celebrates this depth. These are the people who do not just tolerate your intensity. They are fascinated by it. They want to dive into the Mariana Trench of your mind with you. When you connect with someone who stimulates your intellect and your intuition simultaneously, you feel seen in a way that is almost overwhelming. This is where your true power lies, in your ability to see what others miss. I want to take a brief moment here, just between us friends, to ask you something personal. Does any of this feel like I'm reading a page from your diary? If you are sitting there nodding your head, feeling that relief that comes when someone finally puts words to your feelings, I want to invite you to join our family here. please click that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. It is not just about numbers to me. It is about building a circle of awakened souls who support each other. And honestly, I would love to hear from you in the comments right now. Tell me, I am ready to release what weighs me down. Or just leave a simple scorpion emoji or a heart. When you write it down, you are putting that intention out into the universe, and I personally read those comments because I want to know who I am speaking to. Your story matters to me, and your presence here makes this community stronger. Now, getting back to the core of your transformation, we must address the fixer mentality. Scorpios often fall into the trap of trying to save people. You see someone's potential and you fall in love with who they could be, not who they are. You pour your energy into their transformation, often at the expense of your own. The universe is slamming the brakes on this pattern. The test you are facing is forcing you to pull your energy back. You are learning that you cannot want someone's healing more than they want it for themselves. The type of person you need in your life is someone who does not need you to save them. This sounds simple, but for a Scorpio, it is revolutionary. Imagine a relationship where you are not the therapist, the crisis manager, or the secret keeper. Imagine a connection where you are just partners, equals. This leads to the realization that your love is a powerful alchemical force. When you love with every fiber of your being. It is all-consuming, but this intensity can be terrifying to people who live on the surface. You have likely been told you are too much or obsessive. Let me reframe that for you. You are not obsessive. You are focused. You are not too much. You are a whole universe, and small minds cannot comprehend the vastness of a galaxy. The universe tests your limits by sending you people who trigger your insecurity about this intensity, making you feel like you need to shrink. But the ultimate lesson is to stop shrinking. The right people, the ones truly meant for you, will look at your fire and say, "Finally, someone who can keep me warm." They will match your effort. They will match your depth. They will not run away when the emotional waters get rough. They will grab a surfboard and ride the wave with you. You are currently in a phase where your intuition is sharpening to a razor's edge. You might be having vivid dreams, seeing repeating numbers, or just having gut feelings that turn out to be 100% accurate. This is the universe handing you your weapons for the battle ahead. Do not ignore these signs. If you get a bad vibe from someone, even if they are smiling and saying all the right things, trust the vibe. Your logical mind might try to talk you out of it, saying you are being paranoid. But Madam Tina is telling you right now, as a Scorpio, your paranoia is usually just intuition that hasn't found the evidence yet. The evidence always comes later. Trusting yourself is the ultimate act of rebellion against a world that wants you to doubt your power. We also need to talk about the concept of control. Scorpios are famous for wanting to control their environment, their emotions, and outcomes. This comes from a fear of being blindsided or hurt. But the universe is testing your limits by throwing you into situations that are completely out of your control. Plans are changing, people are acting unpredictably, and stability feels elusive. This is the hardest test of all: surrender. Not giving up, but giving over. It is about trusting that even if you let go of the steering wheel, you are not going to crash. The universe is driving right now. Your job is to sit in the passenger seat and observe. The strength you are gaining is the ability to flow like water. Water is soft, but it cuts through rock over time. When you stop fighting the current and learn to navigate it, you become unstoppable. You conserve your energy for the things that actually matter, rather than wasting it trying to micromanage the chaos. As we navigate through the deeper waters of your psyche, we have to talk about the power of silence and the misunderstanding that surrounds your need for privacy. In a world that overshares everything on social media, where everyone is broadcasting their breakfast and their breakups, you, Scorpio, value the hidden. You understand that power dissipates when it is leaked. The universe is currently testing your ability to keep your own counsel. You might feel a strong urge to explain yourself, to defend your actions, or to clear up rumors. But the spiritual lesson here is that you do not owe anyone an explanation for how you live your life. The people who are committed to misunderstanding you will not be convinced by your words anyway. The type of ally you are attracting now is someone who respects the sacredness of your secrets. They do not pry. They understand that if you want to share something, you will do it in your own time. This level of respect creates a safe container where you can actually open up because you are not being forced to. This brings us to the concept of the phoenix, the ultimate symbol of your sign. You are the only sign in the zodiac that has 3 distinct phases of evolution. The scorpion, the ground dweller who reacts and stings, the eagle, the observer who flies high and sees the big picture, and the phoenix, the mythical creature that burns to ash and rises reborn. Right now, you are likely in the fire. You feel the heat. It feels destructive, like everything is falling apart. But you need to understand that this is the burning away of the ego, the false attachments, and the old identities that no longer fit you. The universe is testing your limits to force this metamorphosis. You cannot become the phoenix if you refuse to let the old version of yourself die. This is terrifying because the old version is familiar. You know how to be the person who carries the pain. You know how to be the victim or the lone wolf. But you are being called to be something greater, the healer, the leader, the visionary. The connections that survive this fire are the ones based on authenticity. We talked about imperfection earlier, but now let's talk about authenticity in its rawest form. This means dropping the mask completely. Scorpios often wear masks to test others. You present a certain image to see how people react. But the universe is exhausted by these games, and so are you. The true strength emerges when you decide to show up exactly as you are, without calculation. If you are sad, you say you are sad. If you are angry, you express it constructively. This vulnerability is actually your greatest armor. When you have nothing to hide, no one can use your truth against you. The people who fall away when you become authentic were never attached to you. They were attached to the mask. Let them go. The space they leave behind is necessary for the new blessings to enter. Let's go deeper into the saving dynamic, because this is a massive trap for your sign. You have a compassionate heart that beats under that tough exterior. You see the pain in others because you are so intimate with your own. But there is a fine line between compassion and enabling. The universe is testing your boundaries by sending you people with crises. Are you going to drop everything to fix a mess they created? Or are you going to hand them the broom and say, I believe in your ability to clean this up? This is tough love, and it is the highest form of love. When you stop enabling others, you force them to find their own strength. And more importantly, you reclaim your energy for your own mission. You have a destiny that is unique to you, and you cannot fulfill it if you are constantly acting as a crutch for everyone around you. The 5th type of connection, and this is the holy grail for Scorpios, is the person who loves with the same ferocity that you do. For years, you may have felt like you were always the one loving more, caring more, and feeling more. It felt unbalanced, like a seesaw with a giant on one side and a feather on the other. You began to believe that maybe true reciprocity did not exist, but I am here to tell you it does. The universe tests your limits by making you wait for it. It tests your patience. But when you finally align with someone, friend or partner, who matches your intensity, it is electric. You do not have to dim your light. You do not have to hold back. You can pour your love into them, and they do not overflow. They expand to receive it, and they pour it right back. This balance heals the deep wound of loneliness that many Scorpios carry. It proves that you are not an alien. You were just surrounded by people who did not speak your language. This period of testing is also about your relationship with power. Pluto, your ruling planet, is the planet of power, control, and transformation. You are learning the difference between power over others and power within yourself. In the unevolved state, a Scorpio might manipulate situations to feel safe. But in your evolved state, which is where you are heading, you have nothing to prove. You walk into a room and you own your energy. You do not need to play games because you are grounded in your truth. This self-assurance is magnetic. You will find that opportunities, money, and love start chasing you when you stop chasing them. It is the law of attraction in its purest form. When you stop gripping so tightly, the energy flows. We also have to acknowledge the physical toll this takes. Scorpios store emotions in the body, often in the hips and the reproductive system. The limits the universe is testing are also physical. You might be feeling body aches, fatigue, or inexplicable tension. This is your body telling you to release the trauma. You need to move the energy. Whether it is through dance, exercise, crying, or screaming into a pillow, you have to get the issues out of your tissues. Do not ignore your physical vessel. It is the only house you have to live in. Treat it with the same reverence you treat your secrets. Drink water, touch the earth, and get enough sleep. You are processing massive energetic downloads right now, and your body needs support to integrate them. As we arrive at the final stage of this understanding, we need to talk about the ultimate key to your liberation: radical self-acceptance. For so long, you may have been at war with your own nature. You fought against your jealousy, your possessiveness, your darkness, and your intensity. You treated these parts of yourself like unwanted guests. But the universe is showing you that these are not defects. They are features of your design. Your jealousy is just a compass pointing you toward what you truly value or where you feel insecure. Your possessiveness is just a distorted expression of your deep loyalty. Your darkness is the fertile soil where your creativity grows. The moment you stop fighting yourself is the moment you become invincible. You look in the mirror and say, "Yes, I am intense. Yes, I am complex. And that is exactly how I was made to be." This acceptance changes the vibration you emit. You stop attracting people who want to change you because you are no longer trying to change yourself. You start attracting the specific soul family we discussed earlier, the ones who value the imperfections, the depth, and the loyalty. You realize that you have a code, just like the Libras we often compare with, but your code is written in fire and blood. It is ancient. You are the keeper of mysteries, the one who can look at death and rebirth without blinking. Not everyone can handle that, and that is fine. You are not for everyone. You are an acquired taste, like a fine, dark wine or a complex piece of art. The people who get you really get you. The universe tests your limits to break the shell of your ego so the light of your soul can shine through. Every time you thought you were breaking, you were actually breaking open. You have survived every bad day, every betrayal, and every heartache. And look at you now, wiser, stronger, and more beautiful in your complexity. You are the phoenix rising from the ashes, shaking off the dust of the past. The true strength that is finally emerging is a quiet confidence. You no longer need to sting to protect yourself because you know your boundaries are solid. You no longer need to hide because you know your truth is valid. It is crucial that you stop wasting your precious elixir of love on cups that have holes in them. It requires courage to look at a relationship and say, "This no longer serves my highest good." It requires bravery to be alone rather than in bad company. But you, Scorpio, are the bravest sign of them all. You are the warrior who walks into the dark cave to slay the dragon. In this case, the dragon is the fear of being alone, the fear of rejection, or the fear of being too much. Once you slay that dragon, you are free. You are free to love deeply, to live passionately, and to connect authentically. I want you to remember that being selective is not being snobbish. It is being wise. You are the guardian of your own energy. When you treat your time and your love as the precious resources they are, the world will mirror that value back to you. You teach people how to treat you by what you allow, what you stop, and what you reinforce. The testing phase is coming to an end as soon as you learn the lesson. You are the prize. You are not the option. You are the priority. As you move forward from this video, carry this knowledge like a shield. You are supported by the cosmos. The planetary alignments are challenging, yes, but they are sculpting a masterpiece. Do not fear the intensity of your emotions. They are your guidance system. Do not fear the endings. They are the precursors to new beginnings. You are exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you need to do. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for spending this time with me. It is an honor to speak to such powerful souls. If this message resonated with you, if you felt that spark of recognition, please do not leave without subscribing. I want you to be part of our journey, and please talk to me in the comments. Share your story. Have you felt this testing? Have you felt the need to withdraw to your cave? Your experiences help others realize they are not alone. We are all walking each other home. And before you go, remember that the learning does not stop here. There is another video appearing on your screen right now that dives even deeper into the spiritual path of your sign and how to unlock the next level of your abundance. Click on it, and let's keep this conversation going. I will see you there, my beautiful friends. Stay strong, stay deep, and trust the magic of your own transformation.